Get ready to sleep with the lights on. Welcome to our channel, where we dive into the darkest corners of the human experience. Today, we're sharing 5 quick, spine-chilling tales that will leave you breathless and begging for more. Picture this. A moonless night, the kind where even your headlights seem to struggle against the encroaching darkness. You're cruising down a desolate highway, miles from any town, the only sound the low hum of your engine. Suddenly, a figure appears in your headlights, thumb outstretched, seeking a ride. You hesitate, a shiver crawling down your spine, but something compels you to stop. The figure slides into the passenger seat and you steal a glance. Ordinary looking, maybe a little worse for wear, but harmless enough. They thank you for the ride, their voice a low murmur, and give you directions to a town just a few miles up the road. As you drive, you try to make small talk, but the hitchhiker remains unnervingly quiet. Finally, you reach the turnoff the hitchhiker mentioned. You pull over, expecting a quick goodbye. But as you turn to face your passenger, you find the seat empty. The hitchhiker is gone, vanished. Antique shops, dusty, dimly lit repositories of forgotten treasures, or so they seem. But sometimes within those cluttered shelves and glass cases, something sinister lurks. This is the story of one such antique, a seemingly innocuous porcelain doll, and the unsuspecting woman who brought it home. A young woman, an avid collector of vintage trinkets, stumbled upon a vendor selling a collection of antique dolls. One in particular caught her eye. A beautiful porcelain doll with piercing blue eyes and a delicate lace dress. The vendor practically begged her to take it off his hands, offering it at a price that seemed too good to be true. She brought the doll home, placed it on her bedside table, admiring the delicate features and the way the porcelain skin seemed to glow in the lamplight. But that very night, things took a dark turn. She awoke to the feeling of being watched. A cold presence in the room. We've all had that one neighbour. You know the type. Keeps to themselves, their curtains always drawn, strange noises emanating from their apartment at odd hours. Usually it's nothing more than harmless eccentricity. But sometimes the truth lurking behind closed doors is far more sinister. This is the story of a man who discovered that his seemingly ordinary neighbour harboured a chilling secret. It started subtly, a faint chemical odour drifting from the apartment next door, dismissed as nothing more than cleaning supplies. Packages arriving at all hours, addressed in unfamiliar handwriting. But then came the sounds, muffled cries, the dragging of heavy objects, all happening under the cover of darkness. Driven by a growing sense of unease, the man began to investigate. He tried talking to other neighbours, but they were tight-lipped, their gazes shifting nervously when the apartment next door was mentioned. One night, unable to ignore the unsettling sounds coming from next door, the man decided to take matters into his own hands. He crept towards his neighbour's door, his heart pounding in his chest. Holding his breath, he pressed his ear against the cold wood, straining to hear what was happening inside. There's something inherently unsettling about the woods at night, the way the darkness seems to swallow the light, the rustling of unseen creatures, the sense that you're being watched. But for a group of friends on a camping trip, the isolation of the wilderness would become a terrifying reality when one of their own vanished without a trace. They had been friends since childhood, drawn together by their shared love of adventure and the great outdoors. This annual camping trip was a sacred tradition, a chance to escape the stresses of everyday life and reconnect with nature. They set up camp deep in the woods, far from any trails or roads, their laughter echoing through the trees as they shared stories and jokes around the crackling campfire. But as the night wore on, a sense of unease settled over the group. The once comforting sounds of the forest transformed into ominous whispers. The shadows cast by the flickering flames seemed to writhe and dance, taking on sinister shapes. The next morning, they awoke to a chilling discovery. One of their tents was empty. Their friend, who had been in high spirits just hours before, was gone. And now, dear viewers, we arrive at our final tale for tonight. A story so unsettling, so deeply disturbing that even I hesitate to share it. But you didn't come here for comfort, did you? You came for the chills, for the stories that make you question everything you thought you knew. This tale comes to us from the annals of the unexplained, a phenomenon so bizarre, so utterly terrifying, that it defies rational explanation. It's the story of a place, a seemingly ordinary house, where time itself seems to bend and twist, where the veil between our world and something far more sinister wears thin. Those who have dared to enter this house speak of strange occurrences, of clocks spinning backward, of whispers echoing from empty rooms. They describe a feeling of being watched, of an unseen presence that chills them to the bone. Some claim to have seen fleeting glimpses of figures lurking in the shadows, figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. But the most disturbing aspect of this house, the detail that sends shivers down even the most hardened skeptic's spine, is the mirrors. And that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed these 5 quick, spine-chilling tales, and that they left you sleeping with the lights on. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more horror stories and terrifying tales. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, if you dare.